Hey guys, I'm out here on the weekend and I'm cleaning up this Fluval edge. I'm pretty much a fan of Fluval products. I love all of their nano tanks. I have multiple 5-gallon spec 5 tanks, and this is this is my Fluval edge. I think it's 6 gallons, and it was in my front entrance where the reef is at. So since I bought the reef and set that up, I took this one down and kind of decommissioned it, and I haven't filled it up since. And it has Eco-Complete and crushed coral in it for Neocaridina shrimp, but I put in an order with Chris Roma for PRL shrimps, so they need a special substrate to buffer the water because they prefer softer acidic water. So right now I'm just cleaning this out, taking all of the Eco-Complete out and washing everything so I could set up a new tank. So I dumped out all of the substrate into a bucket, and I was looking for a barkeeper's friend to clean out some of the calcium deposits, but I don't have it. But it doesn't look that bad, so I'm just going to use the water hose and blow out all of the debris and use a microfiber towel to wipe it up. I'm doing this so I don't scratch the glass. I'm paranoid with scratching the glass, and this tank has glass all around, and it even gives you an opportunity to view the shrimp from up top once you fill it all the way up. But let me get to it. Okay, we got it all clean. I didn't even need to use the microfiber towel. I'll use it to dry, but I just mainly use water and my hands to kind of rub off everything. I didn't have that much calcium buildup, but yeah, it's clean now. And I'm gonna set up the tank in its spot and show you which substrate I'm using. This is where I'm placing the tank. It comes with a hang on the back, Aqua Clear 20, I believe. But I modified the intake with this stainless steel strainer because I don't want to reach my hand in there, because once the water is filled up, when you reach in with your hand, it pushes water out of the opening. So once this is set up, I don't want to put my hands in there or anything like that, because the water level is going to be all the way up to the top. So this is a stainless steel mesh strainer. It's going to keep the shrimplets safe from being sucked up into the hang on the back filter. But when installing this, it's a very tight fit, and if you're trying to push it in, it could break your intake tube. So what I did was I used a hair dryer to heat up this rubber grommet, and once it's flexible, I slowly eased it in. So it's looking like this so far. So once it's in, it's going to look like this. It's going to look like so. And for the media, I'm using all pond matrix because that has been working for me. And on the top layer of the media, I'm going to use polyfill to floss out the detritus and the debris that's collecting. For substrate, I'm using this Brightwell Aquatics. I've been hearing good things about this company and their substrate for Caridina shrimp. I originally had crystal red shrimps and crystal black shrimps. I didn't have much success with the Fluval stratum, so I'm trying out this new Brightwell Aquatics. substrate. So all I'm going to do is just pour it in, and I'm not scaping or anything like that. I want to kind of focus on the PRL shrimp. So I'm just going to pour it in, kind of level it off, and put in some moss. But before putting in the moss, I'll do a little trick I learned, and I'll show you that too. Okay guys, it's late, and this is what we're doing today, or right now. That is, I set up that Fluval edge tank, and I want to put in some moss, and I don't want to put it in just throwing in the moss, because it's going to get blown all over the place because of the hang on the back filter. So I have this, I don't know if you guys can see, this stainless steel mesh that I got off of Amazon, and I picked off some Christmas moss from the eBay order that I showed you guys a couple of weeks ago. I'm filming, Peyton. So we want to attach the moss to this stainless steel mesh and kind of lay it on lay it on top of the substrate, and with this on top, it would prevent the substrate from getting blown away, because if I leave nothing at the path of the overflow, the substrate would just get blown away, and you'll see a bald spot on the bottom of the tank. So I want to prevent that, so I'm putting this in. But to attach this moss to the stainless steel mesh, I'm using crazy glue. Sorry if it's too dark, but I don't have lighting in this room except for the aquariums. So I have this mat here, so just in case if I do the super glue and it goes through, it doesn't ruin my table. My kids are here with me also. That's who you're hearing, Christian and Peyton. So I'm gonna poke this.
Oh. You can poke this?
Yep. Oh no. I'm gonna poke it, and then I'm gonna glue this moss on.
Oh, what is that?
That's moss.
Oh.
Yep. So before gluing, I took a towel and kind of dabbed it to get all of the excess water off. Man, I hate crazy glue. It's already all over my fingers. Peyton, don't do that. Okay, so I'm gonna this is pretty boring. I'll cut out and then cut back in when it's all glued. Yeah. Okay, so I have it all glued down. All I did was lay it as flat as I can, and once it's flat, wherever the moss is hitting the mesh, I took the crazy glue and kind of put a drop or a dab into it. I didn't press with my finger or anything like that, because it always ends up being very messy. Check it out, I already have a hard finger from crazy glue getting on it while I poked it to get it open. But this is what I have. I'm gonna prep the water with the salty shrimp. Yes. With the salty shrimp, and then I'm gonna drop this in, and then as time goes on, this whole sheet would just fill in with Christmas moss. This is how the tank's looking right now, and as you can see, that hang on the back filter is starting to blow a hole through the substrate, and I want to prevent that from happening. I love this tank because it's kind of all in one. I just want to drop this sheet of Christmas moss in. If you guys could see, I glued it all together today. But I'm gonna just slide it in, and and have it right on top. You see up here, if I reach any further, water's gonna come up. I wasn't thinking when I filled it. So it has 6 gallons of distilled water in here, and I dosed it with the bee shrimp supplementals to make it suitable for PRL shrimp. Find a towel. But yeah, this is how everything's looking. There is a black cover that covers the top right here, but I misplaced it somewhere, so I gotta find that. So I'll let everything kind of get accustomed, and I'll do adjusting later with the long tweezers and everything. But yeah, this is how the tank's looking, and I used cycled pond matrix in the back, and I'll put in some polyfill to floss out the water. We'll let this run, and then I think in a couple of days I'll get the shrimp from Chris Roma, and I'll do an open box and do an acclimation and drop them in, and I'll be sure to share it with you guys. Okay, I found the top. This is how everything's looking. I love this tank because you get the top views and it's all in one, and it looks like it's just levitating. And if you guys are looking to buy this tank, I would suggest waiting for Dr. Foster or Petco to drop a 20% off coupon. That's how I got this tank. And for the longest I had guppies in there and shrimp in the front of the house, but since the reef took over, I had to decommission. But now I'm getting this tank back up because it's just a waste to not have it up and running. It's such a beautiful tank. Okay guys, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Bye.